Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope y'all having a great day. Today is August 13th, 2026. We're going to go ahead and go over today's price action real quick, give you a little analysis. I took no trades today, and that might be surprising because today we ripped super hard. And as I opened up my phone, I saw everyone, and I mean everyone, take the exact same trade, and I'm going to show you why I did it. And it's a very simple answer, but we're going to go ahead and look over the entire session. There's not much to look over after about 9:45, but we're going to look at the first 15 minutes real quick. And it should be a quick little analysis, little trade recap. So let's just hop right into it. So going into this morning, if we rewind a little bit, you can see that in between the past couple days, we haven't gone very far. We've been inside of this range. We tapped this 4 hour, so we don't technically need to come back down to this, but we've been inside this range, so we've been accumulating for a fat minute now. And if you look on the higher time frame, you can see that recently, past couple weeks, we've been very, very bullish. We're most likely going back to all-time highs right now. So going into today, especially with yesterday's CPI, this was yesterday's 8:30 candle, and this is what we were going into today. So as you can see, this entire range right here, we didn't go anywhere. So the accumulation was really building up, and I was anticipating a day where we would probably rip a lot, and that's exactly what happened. But besides that, we are now going to look at the trade of the day. That being, once it got close to 9:30, which is right here. 8:39. This is like 9:15. That works good enough. You can see we're up in this range right here. We tap this 5-minute, and we also have this 5-minute lower. This is what the 15-minute looks like, still just in this big accumulation range. I don't think ES is in replay mode, so I'm going to move that over. But we creep up on 9:30, and we come down to tap this 5-minute when 9:30 opens. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, so we come down to tap this 5-minute, which is a fresh 5-minute gap at 9:30. So we don't need to see price come all the way down here. This data low, this would be nice to see, but just because of the fact that we are so bullish on the higher time frame, we're most likely going to want to see this high all the way up here. And this is just another example of a 9:30 Judas swing. So what I was looking at here was this 1-minute gap, and I don't go lower than the 30-second. So I check out the 30-second. I see nothing. If there was a gap right here, that would have been beautiful, but there wasn't. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking there's literally no trade here for me to take. The only thing I could possibly take is if somehow price closed somewhere in this vicinity right here without taking these highs. But even if it did take these highs, like even a little bit above, still would have taken this because this is an A++ setup. But regardless, this is what would have been ideal if price closed right above this gap right here, and then we would have went to target all of these highs up here. So would have been an absolute banger trade. But then again, we got absolutely nothing. So as you can see, price, we get this big candle up here, and then from there on out, it just rips straight to TP. And I was watching it like, bruh, are we for real right now? But anyway, the thing that I want to cover is there was a 15-second. So I saw a lot of people entering on this 15-second. And I think justifiably, if you trade the 15-second very often, this is a good trade. This is a great trade, in fact. And I think in the future, if something is this clear, for me personally, I might take it. I think I could possibly get myself to take a trade like this just discretionary wise. But on the baseline, my rules are I don't take 15-second trades, especially early on in the session and especially later in the session. During a prime time like this, which is usually around like 9:40 to 10, which is like where 70% of my setups play out. This is very solid. Well, I guess this isn't even 9:40. This is like still right at market open, but this is just beautiful. This close isn't amazing. The close is all the way up there, but regardless, this is the kind of entry model that I need in order to catch a move like this without breaking a ton of rules and getting a super late entry or absolutely destroying my risk to reward. So I think it is a justifiable 15 second. If you did take this 15 second, it is a great trade and you caught a freaking huge move. But yeah, I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot. Let me think real quick. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say. I thought on it for a second and it still hasn't come to me. But regardless, all I want to say that for the rest of this is I did continue to look for any sort of setup that could have potentially played out today. I was actually looking for some sort of retracement once we hit this buy side all the way up here, because this is our most prominent buy side liquidity. You can see it's the very high of this range, but we got absolutely nothing, or at least nothing that is worth taking. And I want to cover that. If your draws on liquidity for the day have been taken, the best option is most likely going to be for you to get off. Just get off for the day, because you're just going to look for some sort of other target that isn't as prominent or isn't as obvious as your original target for the day. And therefore that makes that setup automatically lower probability. And why do you want to take lower probability setups? So just get off for the day. And so that's what we're doing. So no setups today. Oh shit. It's been an unfortunate week because we've taken 4 break evens this week, and that's it. Just 4 break evens, but I mean, that's better than taking losses. So at least that's that. But hopefully tomorrow we can catch a banger, and I will see you guys later. Take it easy.